Alright, here's a decent plan that I have for the Cardinals going into the 2021 offseason after week 1 of free agency. First thing I'd want us to do is cut Mason Cole. This saves about $1.6 million cap space. Next thing I want us doing is extending Chandler Jones at about 2 years, $34 million. This lets us push his cap hit of about $20 million into the next 2 years or so. It kind of just helps us sign more free agents this offseason and go all in. In the same spirit of the Chandler Jones extension, I want us extending Rodney Hudson, who we just traded for, at about 2 years, $24 million, which is top center money at the moment. This would just, again, help us sign more free agents this year and go all in. The first free agent that I'd sign is Geno Atkins. Maybe that A.J. Green connection helps a little bit. At about 3 years, $24 million. I think he's still got a lot of juice left, and he would be an awesome starting 3-tech for us. He could start next to J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones on that defensive line. And, I mean, you can't double all of them, so just pick your poison, I guess. Not to ignore the secondary right here, but I'd love us to go after Adoree Jackson. William Jackson himself got about $14 million a year in free agency. So in that same spirit, I gave Adoree Jackson, what was that, 4 years, $56 million. With injury concerns, the guarantees may go down a little bit, but he's still an elite athlete, and I think very good in man coverage, which is really what Vance Joseph likes to run, so I think he's a pretty good scheme fit down here. Gambo said earlier today that the Cardinals were looking at a pass-catching back, and that's why they didn't sign Phillip Lindsay. So why not sign one of the best pass-catching backs in the game in James White? At about 3 years and $9 million, I think, is what SpotRack said his market value was. He'd obviously increase his cap hit over time just as the cap increases itself, so he really wouldn't cost that much against the cap this year. Last free agent here, former NFL draft Twitter crush, Forrest Lamp. He didn't work out in LA too well as he's a free agent, so a 1 year, $4 million dart throw on him seems decent to see if he develops if Justin Pugh eventually gets cut. Now on to the NFL draft. First thing I have us doing is trading back with the Titans. Titans would use 22 and a third, so that'd be 85 to come up to 16. If I did my math right, that works out on the trade value chart. And at the 22nd pick, the Arizona Cardinals select J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. This, along with Adoree Jackson, immediately fixes our secondary and really gives us that nice pass rush secondary combo that we loved from the elite Cardinal years under Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles. Next guy I have us taken at the whatever our second round pick is Alim McNeil out of NC State. I think he provides a pretty good floor as a run stopper and is decently underrated as a pass rusher from what I've seen on Twitter. Why not double down on the interior defensive line this offseason, prepare for Jordan Phillips' release next year, and really give us some youth at the D-line, considering it is very old at the moment. Guy I have us taken with that Titans third-round pick is Brevin Jordan. I think this is an absolute grand slam of a pick. He provided a very good Dan Arnold replacement, and maybe could develop as a blocker eventually. This guy's in the 5th round. Why not take a dart throw at him? Anthony Schwartz out of Auburn. This guy is an elite track sprinter. Maybe you get something out of him, and maybe you do hit gold with him. If not, oh well, let him go to the Olympics. Guy I have us taken in the 7th round is an interior offensive lineman in Trey Hill. Just provides a nice depth at the interior that is definitely needed. Other guy in the 7th I have us taking is that guy from Illinois who had that 49.5-inch vertical the other day. Josh Ima. I don't want to butcher his last name. Maybe you get a decent jump ball receiver out of him with that gigantic vertical. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys.